Appreciate it.
Yes.
Hien, you can turn that feature off, the part where it says recording in front. Like you can toggle that on and off on the website. Later, you don't have to do it now, but that's in the account settings.
Interesting. There's that feature. Anyway, because we have gone live on Facebook, so let's get started. Luke, do you wanna?
Sure. Yeah. So good morning, everyone who's joining us in the Vietnam time zone. It's 6 p.m. here in San Francisco. America has this really fascinating concept called daylight savings, which just ended, which means it is dark at 6 p.m. It's dark at 5 p.m. So I'm looking at my window right now and it is nighttime. And so we're moving into fall, we're moving into, well, we're moving beyond fall, moving into winter. During this kind of period, particularly if you're a student, if you're applying to college or university, my puppy is, I have a new puppy. Go say hi to Kuna. No, sure thing. If you are dealing with exams, 1 second, let me just give my puppy to my partner. I was telling Zoey earlier before the webinar started that my puppy, who's 10 weeks old, had his first play date with another dog today. And so he's exhausted and maybe a little bit still kind of orienting to the day. So today, I thought it would be nice. Zoey and I will offer some tools, both in the form of a guided meditation for stress management, for relaxation. We're not necessarily going to be talking from like a clinical perspective, but I've had a meditation practice for about 15 years or so, and have found that different forms of meditation, different forms of mindfulness can be extremely useful in helping to manage stress, helping to stabilize mood. Certainly it's not always sufficient if we're experiencing extreme distress, but during this time of year, if the thing that we're experiencing is more just like fatigue or stress for not getting enough sleep, sometimes meditation can be useful in kind of like bringing us back to center. So we'll do a little bit of that today. And then Zoey will chat a little bit about some tools you might be able to use kind of in your daily life, simple things. Yeah, but I think to start, Zoey wanted to do a little bit of a check-in.
Yes. So hi everyone, I'm Zoey from Spark. If you have never received an email from me, you will after today. But for today, to get started, let's do a mood check-in. And Luke and Hian, we can go around and we can demo this because we have us three. So on a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being the worst you ever felt, and 10 being the best you ever felt, what is your mood today? Like, what number would you say you are? And then briefly describe it in a sentence, like use a few descriptive words. I can go first. My mood is I would say 6 or 6.5 today, this morning, because I am flying to Saigon this afternoon. So I'm excited, but I'm very nervous about the COVID situation. And this morning, my brother is having like the eat and ask ceremony for, he's like about to get married. And it was because of COVID. So like the plan changed very suddenly and I couldn't be there, which is a little bit sad, but happy for him. So lots of mixed emotion. But in general, like 5 above is like okay. And I'm very okay. Luke, how about you?
Congratulations to your brother. I realized I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Luke Taylor. I'm the co-CEO of Spark Prep, and I run our admissions program. And today I think I'm 7. 7 feels right. As I mentioned, I took my 10-week-old puppy who was very sick a couple of weeks ago, and that was very stressful. And we're teaching him to sleep, which is not something that he's taking to very naturally. So I'm a little bit sleepy because we were up a lot in the middle of the night to bring him to use the potty. But he had it was a beautiful day today in the Bay Area, and it was really nice to see him play. If you've never seen a puppy play, really good for them. So I'm a 7.
That's great. 7 is great. Ian, what about you? Oh.
Ian, you're on mute. Oh, she might have stepped away.
Oh, okay. That's okay. Well, everyone in the audience, I invite you to do this and remember what, how are you feeling? What's the number right now? Because we are going to return to this after the guided meditation by Luke. So Luke, with that, I hand the mic to you.
Sure. Yeah. So before we get started, a couple of things by way of preparation that are useful. Ideally, you'll be in a comfortable position, usually seated, but you don't have to be seated. You can be lying down. You want to be in a position usually that doesn't have any like particular strain on any angles in your body. Something where you don't really have to use a lot of effort to like hold your body in a particular position. So I like just kind of sitting slightly forward on my seat so that my back is straight, but not like super rigid, just so that I'm like kind of supporting my spine a little bit. Both of the bottoms of my feet are making contact with the floor, so they're nice and flat. I'm barefoot because I like to feel the bottom of the floor. But if you'd like to lie down, that's okay. Ideally, you're in a quiet space. If you can be, if not, headphones also can do really well. But we want to, for the next 10, 15 minutes or so, see if we can be free from distractions. And we're going to do 2 guided meditations. That'll be pretty brief. The thing that I'd like to say before we get started is, if you've never done any guided meditation, the good news is there's no wrong way to do it. It's normal if it feels unfamiliar or if it feels, I think unfamiliar is the word. But I don't need you to feel like, am I doing this right? Am I doing it wrong? There's no right, there's no wrong. As long as you are present and attending to your experience, you're in good shape. Meditation and guided meditation in general has no particular goal. There's no particular agenda. It's a set of tools that invites us to explore our experience, that in this scenario will be in kind of relaxation and inviting kind of calm and peace. If you've just gotten up on a Saturday, it might put you back to sleep, which is completely okay. If you find yourself nodding off or falling asleep during the guided meditation, no problem. That just might be what you need. So we're going to do the first one, which is a very, very common form of guided meditation, which we call a body scan. And a body scan is just a way of bringing your attention to really every single part of your body. And when you bring your awareness to each part of your body, you can notice, am I holding tension there? Or is there an emotion associated? Is there discomfort? Is there comfort? So we're going to start from the ground up, and we'll work our way up through the top of our body. And the idea will be that in bringing your awareness to each aspect of your body, you can more deeply relax. And that is what the invitation is going to be. So I'm going to close my eyes, because I find it a little bit easier to focus. You can close your eyes, or you can leave your eyes kind of like gently kind of lowered or hooded and looking at like a 45-degree angle. Either one is completely fine. Or you can keep your eyes open, whichever you're more comfortable with. But I find that closing your eyes or having hooded eyes can really help us turn inward, which is what we're going to do just now. So let's start by taking a couple of deep breaths. And let's, with each breath, just kind of bring our awareness, our attention into this moment. into this present moment. Maybe you've just woken up. Maybe you've been awake for a couple of hours. Maybe you've been doing things already. Wherever you've come from or whatever you've done today, let your breathing just bring you into this moment here, just to be present. For these 5 or 10 minutes, we can let go of anything else that we're working on, anything related to school, anything related to work, anything related to our family or relationships, anything related to the world or society at large. All of that can just be put down for a few moments so that you get these 5 or 10 minutes to yourself. If you find while we're going through this guided meditation, if you find your mind kind of like wandering off to things that you've been preoccupied with, that's okay. You can just go ahead and acknowledge and say, oh, what's that thought? See if it will just kind of drift on. Bring your attention, bring your awareness back to your body, back to the moment. And there's no problem. We don't need to fight the mind. We don't need to coerce it. We can just acknowledge that it sometimes does what it does. Let's take another couple of deep breaths. Let's breathe in through the nose. And out through the mouth. And with each breath, inviting deeper level of relaxation into the body. With your next breath, I'd like you to bring your attention to the bottoms of your feet. If you're wearing socks or if you're wearing shoes or if you're barefoot, see if you can notice each toe's point of contact with the floor, the ball of your feet, the flat of your feet, the heel. Just notice what it's like to have the surface of your foot make contact with another material. And if there's any tension in your feet, we have dozens of little muscles at the bottom of our feet helping to stabilize us as we walk through the day. If there's any tension there, just bring your awareness, and with your next breath, see if any of that tension wants to be released. You don't need to force anything. You don't need to change anything, but just notice. See if merely bringing your awareness, bringing your attention to the bottoms of your feet can invite deeper relaxation. Whenever you need to, you can take another deep breath. Let yourself sink deeper into a sense of calm. Bring your awareness up to your ankles. Our ankles support us so much throughout the day as we're walking. See if there's any tension or relaxation or calm in the ankles. Just notice if there's any sensation that you're feeling in your ankles at the moment. Take another slow, deep breath, inhaling through your nose. Out through your mouth. Bring your attention up slowly to your shins and your calf muscles, front and the back of your lower legs. See if there's any feeling associated with the muscles or the bones here. As we breathe, see if we can invite deeper relaxation into those areas of our legs. And then moving up to our knees. knee is such a sophisticated mechanical area of the body, many bones, ligaments, tendons working together to help us move throughout the day. Just notice if there's any feeling associated with your knees, front of your knee, back of your knee, side. Just let your awareness kind of touch each area around the knee. This point of attachment between the lower half of your leg and the upper half. Taking another deep, slow breath. Your attention continues up your leg to your thighs, your quadricep, your hamstring, the front, back, and sides of your leg. Really large muscles here that propel us through the day. Sometimes we can hold tension. See if there's any feeling associated, if there's any sense of tension or tightness, or if there's any sense of ease or release. And whatever the feeling is, just take a breath with it. Just gently noticing any sensation that arises. Your attention continues back towards the buttocks and the pelvic floor, the hips. This is another area sometimes we can hold tension in and just see if there's a feeling or sensation associated with the buttocks, with the hips, the hip flexors, pelvic area, the lower abdomen. Just take a nice, easy, slow breath here. And let your attention move up slowly into your solar plexus, your abdomen and stomach, the front and the back. Make sure you're releasing any tension. Oftentimes we hold our bellies, hold our lower backs. This is a place that often needs a huge amount of support. It holds us as we sit, holds us as we walk. And release any tension that might be accumulated in the belly, the solar plexus. Bring your attention around to the lower back, connects with the bottom of your spine at the top of your buttocks and moves up your vertebra. Bring your attention to your ribs, your rib cage, your sternum. And just invite some relaxation here. Let go of any tension you're carrying. Just let it fade away naturally if there's any discomfort, any sensation of pain. And if there is any pain, you can just acknowledge it. There's nothing wrong with pain. There's nothing wrong with discomfort. Sometimes merely bringing our awareness and our attention to sensations of discomfort sometimes can give them room to move or change. Let your attention move up your back to your scapula, your upper back, your shoulders, your chest, your pectoral muscles, your collarbone. Notice if there's any sensation here. Sometimes we can experience tightness or tension, sometimes fatigue. Just breathe into those areas. Notice if there's any sensation here, good, bad, doesn't matter. Just touching each area in the upper half of your body with your mind, acknowledging it. Bring your attention to your shoulders, the tops of your shoulders, your trapezius muscles at the bottom of your neck, base of your neck, where your back segues into your head. Before we go up to the head and the skull, we're going to go down the arms. So bringing your attention to your tricep muscles and biceps, the tops of your arms, the front, the back, and the side. Just allowing your awareness to linger on each surface of your arm, down to your elbows, pointy side on the back, concave part on the front. Bring your awareness to your forearms, front and the back sides. And then to your wrists. See if you can let your wrists relax. Oftentimes we do a lot of typing, we do a lot of carrying of things. The wrists do a lot of work for us. Just notice if there's any sensation. Just lightly touch it with your awareness and your attention. Take another deep breath and slowly exhale through your mouth. Bring your attention to the tops of your hands, your knuckles, all the myriad tendons and muscles and sinew that connect your fingers through your arms. Bring your attention to the palms of your hands. If there's any sensation there. Then each of the fingers, one by one, each thumb, front and back, each forefinger, middle finger, ring finger, and then your hand as a whole. We often think of our hands, one object. Just bring your attention to your hands. And move gently back up the arms, up the forearms, past the elbows, up your biceps through the humerus muscles into your shoulders, and the tops of your shoulders leading into your neck, often a place where we sometimes carry tension, sometimes carry discomfort, and just see if there's any sensation, good, bad, neutral, and just acknowledge it. Bring your attention to the base of your skull where your neck attaches to your head, around to your jaws, to your chin, to the smooth surfaces of your cheeks, each area beneath your eyes. See if you're holding any tension in your face. See if you can just relax a little bit more. Your forehead, your eyebrows, tops of your ears. And moving finally to the tops of our skull, entire head, just gently noticing if there's any sensation of discomfort or ease. And now bring your awareness to your entire body. I know we can look at it and feel it section by section. We can identify different names, different aspects of the body. It is one coherent, functional mechanism. Bring your awareness to the whole integration of your body all at once. Just Bring one more breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Notice if there's anywhere that you haven't noticed, anywhere where you might be holding tension. Just acknowledge it. No need to change, no need to fix anything. Take another couple of breaths. Slowly in through the nose, out through the mouth. When you're ready, you can slowly open your eyes. Okay. For joining us on that little journey. I'm curious, maybe Zoe, would you be open to sharing how that was for you? And we can chat for a second or two before we go on to the next one. I'm curious if that changes your number on your scale, or if it, and it's totally fine if it doesn't, of course.
Actually, it does. I think this morning I was a little bit in a rush too, because I packed before, but then I'm getting to the office to make this meeting, and I'm not typically a morning person, so there's that factor of rush. And this was a good, I had the opportunity to kind of just slow down. I do feel a lot calmer, and then I realized that I feel very hungry as well. So yes, it improved my mood, and I'll get some food after this.
Yeah, support that. Great. Does anybody else want to share how that was? No need to if you don't want to. Okay. We'll move into this next one is more of a guided visualization that is sometimes often used for stress release. The body scan is often for calm. So we're going to start in the same kind of position. Whatever's comfortable for you. Can have forgot to mention what to do with your hands. I like to have my hands kind of like this, just holding one another, but you can have your hands in whatever position feels comfortable to you. Again, I like to have my feet connected to the floor. I like to have some support for my back. And this one I do think is useful to close your eyes if you haven't closed your eyes. Yeah. So go ahead and close your eyes, and we're going to start with a few deep breaths. We're going to start by letting your attention fall anywhere in your body, like anywhere where you're experiencing ease, where you're experiencing calm, where maybe you're experiencing some warmth, but something comfortable. Just let your attention be with that experience of comfort, warmth, ease. And see if there's an image that comes to mind that you associate with calm or ease. An image that you associate with gentleness, with happiness, softness. Any of those words that jump out to you. And the first image that comes to a mind, it could be a room, it could be a place in nature, a place that you have a special memory. but some physical space, some physical location. And I want to really have you imagine your body there in that space. Notice what's around you. What aspect of this place do you associate with calm or with ease? Is it the weather? Are there other people there? Is it the surrounding environment, a tree, flowers, the ocean? Is it wildlife, birds, insects? Is it an aroma? Is there a smell that you associate with this place? As you bring your attention to each of the sensory experiences affiliated with this place, just let yourself be there more and more fully. As your body is reminded what it's like to be here, what it's like to feel the sun, or the breeze, or mist, what it's like to smell the aromas in the air, whether that's food, flowers, herbs, cooking. What it's like for your eyes to see things that bring you joy. As your body remembers more and more fully what it's like to be in this place. Let that feeling fill you up. Whether it's a feeling of comfort or lightness or peace. Gently look around, taking in as many details as you can. Whether the landscape shifts from one attribute into another, maybe sand into ocean, maybe mountain into river, maybe hallway into kitchen or living room, maybe meadow into a grandparent's house. Take note of each feature. Are there any sounds that remind you of this place? Is there bird song? Is there the sound of water slowly babbling over a river or washing up onto shore? Or is it the vast, quiet mountain range? All you can hear is the air and the wind. Are there clouds in the sky? Is it blue? Is it nighttime or daytime, morning or afternoon? Is there music playing? As you breathe in this place, Just bring your attention to what it's like to be able to transport your experience from this chair, wherever you are today in your room, to this place so vivid in your memory, so pristine inside of you. You can visit it whenever you want. All it takes is a few gentle breaths, the memory of each sensation. What your eyes see, what your ears can hear, what your skin can feel, what your nose can smell. All of this is available to you. Take one last look around. Seal this place in your memory. Remind yourself that you can be back whenever you want. But the feeling of ease and comfort can stay with you throughout the day. You can take this with you into your Saturday. Breathing in slowly. Slowly out. One more time, slowly. Slowly. When you're ready, you can slowly bring your attention back to this moment, this place, to your body. Slowly open your eyes. Thanks. So in the last 10, 15 minutes or so, are you still open to offer a couple of tools for stress management as we're in this year of application season and still studying online due to COVID and potentially many different stressors that we're dealing with?
Yes, of course. Thank you, Luke, for that guided meditation. It was lovely. I actually haven't done, I haven't meditate in a while, but I, well, like we said in the beginning, we did the mood check-in before we meditate. Let's do another one of mood check-in. Luke, how are you feeling?
I'm like a 7.5. I feel very calm. I liked the meditation. I don't know if it's okay to like pat yourself on the back for a meditation you got it, but I felt I feel very relaxed, which I'm happy for because it's been an intense time the last couple of weeks.
It
So
has.
maybe we'll call it an 8. We'll go for it.
Oh my goodness. An 8 is worth celebrating. Lan Chi, what about you? Because you know we have only a few people with us today, so I thought I might want to ask our student, Lan Chi, are you there?
Yes, I feel very tranquil and um, I have been very caught up with a lot of things, but for the first time in quite a while, uh, I feel like um, I don't know, like I feel very relaxed and in peace. At peace.
So glad. It's lovely.
Great. So looked at, so that was general tips on how you can start meditating on your own. Personally, for me, because I am not very good at sitting still, I have a few different tools to bring general awareness to my emotion, to my thoughts, my feeling. One thing that I've been doing quite regularly that's been very helpful for me is mood or emotion checking in. You can do that in the beginning of your day before you start your work or your study. And then I encourage you to do that at the end of the day, you know, before you turn into bed. It doesn't have to be long, just kind of, you can, there's a lot of ways to do it. You can talk to your friends. This is how I do it, is pen on paper. I have a notebook that I just kind of write down the date and just shortly like the number, you know, on the scale from 0 to 10, and then just a few sentences acknowledging, or, you know, if I know why I'm feeling a certain ways, I would put that down too. So journaling. And the and then I know that people, a lot of my friends, they start using this application. There's many apps you can use on the internet that help you track your moods. You know, Mood Scope is one, Dailyo is one, iMood Journal is another one on iPhone. I have some friends that use Spreadsheet because they're like, they don't like any apps and they have Spreadsheet that have the score, that have the, and they make it look very, very nice. But it's the importance of checking in with your moods is that just like meditation, not just like meditation, in many ways it's similar in a way that it brings awareness to your inner world, right? Instead of, you know, busying with the application, with work, you have a moment to yourself to, and it creates space for you to feel your emotion without being overwhelmed by your emotion. So, you know, as an as an aspiring grad student who's going through the application period myself, I found that, because, you know, there will be a day when you're panicking about the deadlines, about your essay, and checking in is nice. Another, sorry, I might be a little bit rambling here, but another things that is very important in checking in your moods is when you do it over a long period of time, it helps you pinpoint, and you may be able to notice some patterns, you know, maybe notice how certain situation might be triggering for you. And it definitely will help you to adapt better, to make the decision that will, you know, continue to have a positive impact on your mental health. Yeah, so it's simple. It takes less than 5 minutes to do a day, but it can help, you know, tremendous impact on your mental well-being over the long run. So
I
yeah.
think this is like such a great, such like a really simple but profound practice. And I think the key to meditation, any kind of meditation, of which I think we can say mood check-in is a type, is just the practice of it. It isn't that it works the first time that you do it, or the second or the third, but it's the accumulation of it over time. It's the building of the habit, and experiencing your life differently when you have that habit. And I agree that mood check is just like such a great way to start, really without judgment, because it can take a few minutes at the end of the day, and then 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, 2 months later, all of a sudden your life is totally different because you have this habit, you have this practice that you've developed. I think it can be, yeah, pretty profound. So I really like the suggestion.
Thank you, Luke. And it's very simple. You if you don't even have a nice notebook to write down, because I like writing things down, nice notebook. Just write, you know, on your phone, like the Notes app, and then over time you can just take a look. You can see it. If you fancy and nerdy, you can use spreadsheet. You can use app. It doesn't matter how you do it, as long as you do it consistently, or not even consistently. 3 times a week is okay too. As long as you get started, you start doing more of it, it will help.
Yeah. Well, that's all we have for today. I wish everybody much ease and rest this weekend. I always think that if one is looking to cultivate a new practice, and this is the first time they've ever done a meditation or a guided meditation or mindfulness practice, it can be really great to put a time in your calendar for the next time that you want to practice, just to develop the habit. So if you want to revisit, and I should say, just as Zoe was mentioning, things like guided meditation, infinite versions on YouTube, on like, just search the internet for like guided meditation. So if that's something that you like, there's many different kinds. You can do self-guided meditation. The internet is your friend, and there's tons and tons of really good resources. So if mindfulness meditation, guided visualizations, if that's something of interest, I think it's important to say that this like belongs to everybody. Nobody is in charge. No one owns meditation. So any resources that you find to be useful, you can integrate into your life. But I do think it is useful to put in your calendar or create some time to practice it again, just to kind of refortify what we're learning. With that, I think we can close. Thank you, everybody, for joining us, and for those of you who are watching this again on Facebook or as a recording. We appreciate it. I would be remiss not to mention that Spark Prep does kind of full service admission coaching and mentorship. If people would like to learn more about our services, Zoe is the person to talk to, Zoey@sparkprep.com. You can email her and she will set up a meeting with you. We also have tons of good information on our website, sparkprep.com. And we have events kind of like this, kind of different, a couple of times a quarter. So if you'd like to join us for anything related to the community, we'd love to have you. Thanks again, Nguyen. Thank you for putting this together. Wang, thank you for showing up, and I hope you have a lovely day. And Lanchi, thank you for starting your weekend with us. And with that, I bid you good day.
Thank you, Luke and Zoe, for being the instructors for the workshop today.
Thank you,
My
everyone.
pleasure.
Have a great weekend. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.